Alright, what we got going on here is some pinto beans. It's half a bag. And what I did was just put it in there with some water. I sorted them out before I added the water, okay? I'm not that dumb. Anyways, now I'm boiling it. I'm going to boil them for about 10 minutes. Then I'm going to stop the boiling and they're going to soak that way for 12 hours or, overnight. Alexa, set a timer for 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Starting now. Alexa, stop the timer. And now it's the next day. I added water to it, okay? And that's probably a good thing. Let's look. Let me get a spoon. See how much they've absorbed the water. Now I'm going to drain this. Drain the water off. Simple enough. Let's see what we got here. Okay. And then we're going to fill it up right about there with more water. And I'm back. I dumped out the old water, put in some new water. I'm not seasoning it yet. I'm going to season it when it's done because I don't want anything to interfere with the cooking of the beans. If your beans are old and then you add acid to it, they will never cook. So just to be safe, I season it later. So first, put the lid back on, turn it up to high, bring it to a boil, and then bring it down to a simmer and set a timer for 2 hours. Alexa, set a timer for 1.5 hours. Alexa, set an alarm for 1.5 hours.
Good morning, Nancy. 1 hour, 30-minute alarm set for 9:46 a.m.
Keep an eye on that. Make sure it doesn't overflow. While we're waiting, there's different kinds of beans you can cook besides just pinto beans, although pinto beans are pretty tasty and versatile. But red kidney beans, or dark red beans, kidney beans, these go good in chili. And here's some white beans, the Great Northern beans. They're pretty tasty. They go good in soups with spinach and sausage and stuff like that. Why did I dump out all that bean liquor and redo it from scratch like that? Like why did I soak it for so long and dump the water out? Well, the main reason is because the water is full of oligosaccharides, those gases, those sugars that cause gas in some people. If you don't have a problem with oligosaccharides, then, you know, you could probably keep the water. Some people keep it for flavor, and some people save it and use it to thicken soups. It's tasty, but if you're on a, what's it called, FODMAP, the FODMAP diet, yeah, that reduces the oligosaccharides so you can eat them safer. While I wait for those to cook, I've got some other things to do. I'm grinding coffee beans. Tough times never last, but tough people do. Now I'm getting ready to add some things for flavor. Just whatever you have. You know, I have some jalapenos and garlic and white onion. This is a yellow onion. I was thinking about red onion, but those are only good. I only like them when they're raw. So I chopped up probably 3 cloves of garlic. That's less than half of that onion. I figured it's half a bag, so half the onion, and throw this in there. I forgot to mention this. That's bacon grease. So I'll be adding about a tablespoon of bacon grease to my beans. And here's a cloth that I soaked in wax specifically for onions. I use a lot of onion. It's good for flavor. Good for you too. And it's getting old, but it'll hold its shape eventually. And pop that back into the crisper. Keeps it fresh and lets it breathe. Alexa, how much time till the alarm goes off?
You have 20 minutes left on your 9:46 a.m. alarm.
Now we're almost done. Everything from this point out is letting the other ingredients soften, and I'm gonna check the beans to make sure they're soft too, and also taste for flavor. So I'm coming over here. I'm just gonna squish them and make sure they squish. Oh, I'm looking through the phone. Yeah, that's soft. That's really nice and soft. I don't know about that garlic. It hasn't had time to get soft yet. Yeah, it's a little soft. Alright. Gonna give that a taste. Okay, I tasted it. They're good and well done, but they're you know, they need salt because I cooked it completely plain. Then I added in the fresh ingredients, and now just some plain old salt. Don't do this. Don't do what I do. But it's about a teaspoon or more. Yeah, that'll probably do it. And now that we've started seasoning, you can, you know, layer on the flavorings. I've got other seasonings over here too, but salt and pepper to start with. Alright, that salt, the salt really perked up the flavor. Now I'm just going to let this boil on low for, the timer's probably got 20 minutes left, but I'm going to let it go beyond that. And I know some of you are thinking, where's the bean liquor? Remember, I poured it out and started from scratch to get rid of the oligosaccharides. So I'll probably, you know, squish some of that, some of those beans. Yeah, just start squishing them to bring back the bean liquor flavor. Or, you know, you've got beans just like this. That's just something I have to do. I'm on a low FODMAP diet. Alright, I want to show you a couple other things before I taste test it. If you want to add more flavor, one way to do that is with these broth powders. You could just add a teaspoon in there if you want. And there's others, like, you know, the blocks. You can just put one of those blocks of chicken or beef, your pick. It's just for flavor. Also, I've got some cornbread that I pulled out of the freezer, and this one has some cheese bits in it. I'll be pouring some of my beans over that cornbread. I'll make another video separately all about how I made cornbread with cast iron skillets. Yeah, here are the ingredients of the chicken dehydrated chicken soup. But this is not a health food, okay? Sugar is the very first ingredient. That's not a good sign. Tapioca starch, of course, just as a little thickener, and then MSG and more maltodextrin and even palm oil. So I would not recommend you use this, but it adds flavor. And now to put some in the bowl. Got this handy dipper. Got my bowl nearby. And voila. Some more cornbread than there is beans. That's okay, I love cornbread. Alright, now let's try it. Pretty hot. I mean, it's hot because I just took it off the stove, but yeah, got a lot of flavor. I can taste the chicken stuff I just added, but also the bacon grease, the cheese, and that cornbread. The jalapenos aren't too hot. That's because I removed the seeds. So instead of tasting like fire, it's going to taste like jalapenos. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's about $1.99 for the bag. So I'm guessing 30 cents a serving maybe. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it. And leave a comment or a like. Tell me what you think. Have a good one.